Alright, hi, it's Blue Seer here. We're playing some more Cinderella Phenomena, as we know. Just get shooting through at least 2 chapters if we can. No, wait. The loading. I'm in chapter 5. Okay. No! I did not just do that. I did not just do that, did I? All the way to chapter 5. Okay, hold on. Hi. Yeah, I didn't want him chewing on the Christmas ornaments again. Dinner's on the stove, by the way.
Pardon?
Dinner's on the stove, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Otherwise, yeah.
Okay. Go back.
Alright. Okay. Oh man, I did it on accident. Why am my settings not? We're gonna do this so that we can or just I can't believe I did that. We're gonna try and speed run through. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. 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 I can't believe I accidentally saved over that. Okay. Okay. We're speeding running it to chapter 5. We're speed running it to chapter 5. Stop! My cat is after my food. Okay, we're in chapter 2 right now. Okay, we're in chapter 3. I'll stop at the tease karma. Then main inside. See why you wouldn't tell her. Lizard. Okay. Let's. Okay. Jesus. Oh, I can't believe I did that. 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 Oh. Come on, auto it. Okay. Stop. Trying to go for my food, cat. I swear to God. My cat is just like going straight for my food. He's so adamant on thinking that my food is his food, so he's just allowed to sit there and munch on my food. And it makes me very upset that he thinks he's entitled to my food, because it makes me having food harder. Oh my god, okay, so we're back. We're back. We're back. It just took me actually speed running through. I hope I made all the right choices I needed to. I don't know if I selected the stay silent one or not. Stop! Lay down. Just lay down. Just lay down, you beast of a man. Aries is just so freaking food aggressive. It's not even funny. It's not even funny, man. I've been at the market for a couple of months now, and I still haven't managed to do a single good deed. Today I went out of town with Walt to buy ingredients per parfait. The two of us have both been very quiet, which is uncharacteristic for Waltz. Princess. What? Did Karma explain why he wasn't coming with you today? Princess? Does Waltz not like my company? Is that why he's asking why he had to fill in for Karma? He said he was tired. Hold on, I'm gonna speed around eating my food so my cat will leave me alone during stream. Oh, I'm back. That was really good food. I might get a second bowl after stream, but man, I can't even sit down and enjoy my food with the cat. I have to like inhale my food before my cat decides he's gonna inhale it for me. It's crazy. I wish he wouldn't be like that, but he is. And I don't know why he's like that. Oh. Walt searched his head, his eyebrows furrowing in confusion. Town feels different today. It does? It feels that there are people watching us. How can you tell? With practice. I have a lot of eyes on me when I'm doing my puppet shows, after all. Even before then, I was used to being watched, I guess. Before you were cursed? Why? Aries! There is literally nothing in the bowl! Stop! Man! This orange cat. This orange cat is being too orange cat right now with food. There was literally nothing in the bowl, and he was sitting there licking frantically at the bowl like he'd get something out of it. Now I'm gonna have to get a whole new bowl. I'm gonna have to get a clean one because of him. Ha! Aries, why are you like this? Why can't you be normal? But I guess for a cat that is normal behavior. You you act like I starve you, and yet you constantly have food in your food dish at all times. I don't get it. I don't get it, chat. I don't get it at all. Before you were cursed, why? Well, I was more conspicuous as an adult, I guess. Ugh. An adult. Oh, right. You have the Neverland curse. You're numbered. Yes, I have the Neverland curse. I told you what that was in the tavern once. You're stuck as a child when you should be a man. Right. It's a little inconvenient, but I've gotten used to it. Waltz is so much more straightforward about his curse than Karma. The two of us go into a store where we find little cups that Parfait asked us to buy. After I pay, Waltz automatically picks up the bags. His help is nice for a change. I've become so accustomed to carrying the bags on my own. So have you made any progress on your good deeds? You can see from my necklace I have not. But you have changed. I still don't see how I've changed at all. Karma hasn't taught me anything about doing good. Sometimes in order to do good, you need to realize some things about yourself first. Maybe Karma's not so bad at helping you with that. He's selfish, flamboyant, acts as if the world revolves around him. But you're still partnered with him. I am. I'm okay with Karma's company. Most of the people judge and shun me. Karma hasn't done that. He's even mentioned enjoying my company. I've become more tolerant of him, too. Oh, Princess. Walt's eyes light up and I see him pointing ahead to a crowd of people gathered around the center of the town. A woman stands in the middle of the crowd telling people's fortunes. We should go see if we get our fortunes told. Come on. The crowd around the woman only grows larger until nearly half the plaza has been taken up. I find myself pushed around in the crowd as I try to follow Waltz. The crowd is dense, though, and at no time at all I've lost him. Waltz! I call for him, but do not see him more than dozens of people in front of me. I will wait for him at the outskirts of the crowd. He should be able to find me. I make my way out of the crowd into the edges of an alleyway. But Waltz still does not appear. 10 minutes go by and consider walking back into the crowd when I hear a voice behind me. Are you looking for someone, madam? Hi! Hello! Welcome back! Welcome back to another stream. We are still on the Karma route. We're in chapter 5 now. I'm glad your day is doing well. Me, I just sat there and had to inhale my dinner, otherwise my cat was gonna sit there and fist fight me for it. Congrats, boy. Hey. Hey. Listen. Listen, there's a total of 9 chapters, and then we move on to the next boy's route, which is Rumple, and I don't like him at all. You're gonna sit there and have me getting really mad at his route a lot. I just don't like him. I don't like the way he talks, I don't like the way he treats women, I don't like it at all. But yeah. Right now we're in Karma. We're doing my favorite boy, then we're which will be delightful to watch then. I already sat there, was yelling in Karma's route about sitting there and having Karma sit there and smack him. And I was just like, hit him again, hit him again, hit him again. I'm gonna have to be nice to him though, because I have to be. I just like that I'm gonna have to be nice to him. I feel someone grab my hand. I slap them away and take a step back. When I turn, I find a man standing behind me in the alleyway. I say, shall I root for him instead? I don't know if you'll root for him after you sit there and see his personality. Honest to God. I mean, if that's your choice, go for it, but I don't know. You'll see. You'll see. Didn't mean to startle you. What do you want? I want to help you return to the palace, Princess Blue. You know who I am? I do, Princess, and I can lead you back to the palace. Who are you? Someone who's working for the king. But the king does not remember me. The only people that would remember me are witches, fairies, and those with a curse. So who exactly is this man? Don't care. If you hate him, then he gets my favoritism. Okay. 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 I see how it is. I see how it is. Oh, you'll get to witness him for yourself and really decide if he's gonna be your favorite. You're lying. Princess, why would I ever lie to you? No, come, I'm sure everyone at the palace will be very happy to see you. The man grabs my hand roughly and begins trying to pull me through the alleyway. First thing I try to do is scream, but the man claps his free hand over my mouth. Okay. The crowd is getting farther from us, and no one can see us in the shadows. Princess, swear on my word, I'm bringing you back to the palace. Okay. We're fighting back. Well, in for a penny, might as well go for the pound. Ah, I have to fight back. Maybe I could still draw people's attention to me. I try to square my way out of the man's arms, but it does not work. He chuckles lightly at me until I elbow him in the stomach. For the few moments I am free, I try to run, but all too soon the man grabs me again with the same punishy grip over my mouth and knows to stop me from screaming. You're a real feisty one, ain't you? I feel like I might faint. In one last attempt to get free, I tug at the man's hand with my own and manage to shift it just enough until I can bite down on it. Ow! The man screams in pain, his grip finally loosening. I can hear him curse as I run away from him. What? My cat Hesta is like chirping around. A few minutes later, I realize I've gone in the wrong direction. I soon come to a dead end in the alleyway and I can hear the man running up behind me. What is this I see before me? I look up to see Carmen standing on the rooftop right above us in his disguise, holding a sword, a broad grin on his face. Madam, you might hurt yourself playing with that sword. You might want to put it down. What's this, sir? Do you feel threatened by me? You should. Conrad jumps down from the building and raises his sword in front of him. His eyes are angry, his earlier jovial personality fallen away. Hi, Ares. Rice stealer. You're a rice stealer. Stealing my rice and my food. Ah! Okay. Yes. Yes, I love you. Even if you are a little food thief. This man was sitting there and fighting me tooth and nail for my dinner. I had to sit there and eat my dinner as fast as possible in order to even have any of it. Because he sat there and was just like lunging for my bowl. He acts like I don't feed him, yet his food bowl is full 24/7. Nuh-uh, the best choice of action would have been grass his balls saying he had nice hostage. Hey, yo! Oh, no! I'm not grabbing. I'd rather sit there and I'd rather sit there and hit him in the balls, not grab them. Oh, no. Become the bigger predator. No. Careful, because sometimes I get backfired and people will take that as incentive. Ah. Anyone that attacks a lady has to pay for the crime. Karma rushes forward, moving fast so I could see, even in his long dress. The glint of the sword causes the man to fall backwards, loosening his grip on me. I step back from the man's hold and watch as Karma points the sword at the man's neck. Now I have a sword and you do not. Do you really want to test your luck, sir? You must go infinity and beyond. I, I, I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works, but okay. I don't think that's how that works. Okay, now Ares is demanding to be let out. Hold on. Okay, you two, go on. Exit the building. Alright. Well, the only reason my cat wanted to be in here is because I had dinner with me, and now that I finished it, he's like, I don't want to be here anymore. This isn't worth it. The man runs off, leaving me alone with Karma in the alleyway. What's this? You were a lot cockier just a few moments ago. I breathe out slowly as relief washes over me. Princess! Waltz approaches me from where the man had run. Very base cat. Ah, yes, my cat comes in, sits there and fist fights me for my food, and then leaves when the food is gone. Yeah. Very based of him. Very based. So did you meet the coward fellow on your way here? I bumped into a man who looked as if he was running from death. Oh my, I feel oddly accomplished. Karma and Waltz's voice become faded and indistinct as my vision blurs. I'm suddenly light on my feet. All the adrenaline from earlier dissipated in the thin air. Yeah, very basement indeed. I drink to that. You drink to the fact that my cat sits there and bullies me over my own food. Amazing. I feel tired. Princess. Before I can collapse, I feel arms pulling me back up. Rest easy, Princess Blue. I close my eyes and fall into blackness. When I wake up, Anise is setting a tray of food down on my bedside table. She does not notice as I rise slowly from bed. Anise. Oh, Princess, you're up. We were worried about you. Lady Delora and Lady Parfait said that you were just out because of shock, but still. How long have I been asleep? Just a few hours, Princess. Don't worry about chores for now. Lady Delora says that if you're feeling better later, you can use Mr. Broom. Just think about using Mr. Broom gives me a headache. Where are Karma and Waltz? Waltz is scouting the town looking for the man that captured you. And Karma? I think he might be in his room, Princess. He got patrol tonight, so he's resting a little bit. If he has patrol tonight, that must mean he was resting this morning, too. How do you know that I needed help? Do you need anything, Princess? No, I'm going to visit Karma. What? To thank him? However, he knew if Karma hadn't been there, things would not have ended so well. Yes. That's sweet, Princess. Oh, Lady Delora wants to talk to you about what happened when you're feeling up to it. Bullying is needed for growth, and growth is needed for feeling inadequate, which breeds depression. That is something I prefer. I already have depression. I don't think I need any more depression thanks to my cat. Thank you very much. Okay. I wait until Anise leaves the room before I fall out. I'll drink to that. Oh, wild. Absolutely insane statement, but okay. Base! It was only after I exit my room that I realized I did not know where Karma's room is, and he's supposed to assume that I already knew it with us being partners and all. It's fine, I do not need Anise's assistance for this. I can find Karma's room on my own. It takes me some time, but eventually I find a room with his name on the door in careful, flowery letters. It suits him. I simply open the door without thinking to knock. Alright. This is a spicier scene. Not just warning ahead of time, it's a slightly spicier scene, but it's not like crazy spicy. It's just got a little bit of it. Basically, you're gonna just see a topless naked man and some flirting. I expect to find Carmen lying in bed, but instead he is standing in front of a mirror, changing his clothes. Princess? Oh. I don't... I do not think I've ever seen a shirtless man before. Oh, indeed. He turns to me and the realization that he's standing there just in his pants hits me hard in the stomach. My face feels incredibly uncomfortably warm. Why are you just standing there? Put on your clothes. And then I notice a large tattoo on his chest. It's a rose ensnared by many vines. I stare at it for a few moments before Kama puts a hand there to conceal it. Can you have lower quality option as well as can take because the gods are leaving the souls in the upper six? There... I don't think there is any way I can lower the quality. This is the quality the game is at. Unless I... Huh. I'm looking. Okay, I'm going to probably have to stop and start stream to sit there and do that because it won't let me lower the quality from here. I don't... Because my video bitrate, I think it's at 2,500. And... I'm at 30 FPS. I'm fine, I'll just hear it, then you have blinded and I shall never forget this. Listen, I'm at literally 30 FPS for my value on my video here. My output mode is literally simple. I'm literally in the normal settings. I would have to end stream and restart stream to try and get that. But it's literally on the simple setting. So I don't know what is going on. The sedative men kiss your... My voice has changed slightly. I swear to God, I did not do anything. Because it would have required the entire stream restarting if I actually messed with anything. I didn't do anything. Is Squeaker now? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, let's... Okay, I sat there and deleted the audio and re-put the audio capture back in. I don't know if that did anything, but it literally. But I literally haven't done anything to my stream. I literally did not do anything to my stream. I literally did not do anything to my stream. I swear to God. It's rude to come into the ladies' room unannounced, you know. Karma slips his usual dress on carefully over his head and then approaches me. I take a step back without realizing. Karma raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me mischievously. It's a familiar look, but it arouses me more now than it ever has before. My princess, you're as red as a tomato. Are you okay? Does this man always need to point out the obvious? I'm fine. There's no need to shout, darling. Now what did you come here for? To see me, the beautiful Karma? Does everything always have to revolve around you? Well, you are breaking into my room. I'm barely able to stifle a sigh. Well? I cross my arms and frown at him. A smile makes it hard to get my next words out. I hate this clown already. I hate this clown already. We are the ones that did sit there walking without knocking. He does have a point. Alright. See, good end, good end. Okay. For a little too much confidence for a lean, bustled femboy. I came here to thank you. To my ears receive me. What did you say, princess? Princess, thank you for saving me. I saw you fight back. That was a very admirable attempt. You saw me? Yes, as you were coming to the end of the alleyway. But I didn't manage to escape. It doesn't matter, princess. You certainly made the effort. But I digress. You better be thankful. You are quite welcome, princess. It was my pleasure. I should leave. Wait, what? I turn to leave, but Karma grabs my hand and pulls me back. Princess, don't you owe me something? Karma was expecting something in return after all. I should have known. I think you owe me an apology. You did come into my room unannounced after all. No. 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 I mean, if you sat there and had someone bust down your door without knocking and you were half dressed, I think you would be a little surprised as well and maybe expect an apology. I at least know that I'm gonna sit there and be like, I need you to get out of my room. I am half dressed. I need you to get out. Like, right now. What is he talking about? Since you broke into my room, I demand you help me with my makeup. Then I will forget your transgression. Your makeup? Yes, darling. I thought you were resting because you're going on patrol tonight. Resting? Nonsense, I have much to do. My makeup earlier was so messy that I washed my face in order to reapply it. I cannot believe I'm going to agree to this. Fine. Ah, what a splendid day today is. Come, princess, let's do this by a mirror. Karma pulls me over the mirror where I can see both of our faces reflected. He has a surprising variety of makeup on the dresser beside him. I didn't even care that much for my appearance. Why am I helping Karma with his makeup? Now, which feature on the face do you think is the most important one to highlight, princess? What? What do your eyes attract to the most on a person's face? When they're laughing, when they smile? Well, I would have asked it in the first few seconds instead of stroking his ego for a few minutes. Then not even letting the girl leave from my comfort. Why is he asking me for an opinion on something so trivial? Okay, the walkthrough actually says the lips. Despite myself, I find my gaze dropping in Karma's lips. Hmm? Why do I feel like I'm walking into a trap? The lips? My, Princess, I didn't think I'd ever hear you say that. You looked at my lips when I smiled. I did not say that. Oh, but you did. And Princess, I do believe you are blushing. Even though Karma never said he was referring to his features, I thought about his lips anyway. The thought makes my heart flop, though I do not have the faintest idea why. Anyway, I agree. Though eyes are important, a smile isn't quite as brilliant without the lips. Without the lips. I try to imagine a smile without lips and shudder. Sorry, Princess, I misspoke. Try to dispel the image from your mind. Anyway, I'll let you choose the order of things. Fine. Because I want to punch it until it's on the kind of corner where you belong. Oh man, that's how I feel about Rumple. I haven't witnessed the other guys, so maybe Karma might be replaced as my favorite because I haven't played through the other three. I've only played through Rod and Rumple before, like in my last playthrough, my computer crashed and I lost the entire save file because I had to actually restart my computer. Like everything had to be wiped and it was terrible. Nice! Yes, the pain and suffering of having to sit there and redo the playthrough, but doing only the good end for these two until I get to Rod's end. Then I can fuck up and do the bad end there if I want to. Just don't make me look like a clown, Princess. I know how much you would like to tease me, but I need to get out of here quickly today. If you need to leave quickly, shouldn't you do your makeup yourself? I missed the opportunity to have you help me? Nonsense. If I can, I'll have you help me with my hair some other time. The way you do yours is beautiful. I always put effort into my hair as Mother always emphasized the importance of looking like a princess. He is a clown that even the Kashik is so higher. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I have never received a compliment on my hairstyle before. Karma gives me his makeup supplies and I start layering the color on his face. When we are this close, I cannot help but carefully inspect every one of his features. I do not think I even did something like this with Mother. How's Karma's route going? He never should. We're right now doing Karma's good end because in previous playthrough that's on my YouTube, I have his bad end and technically his good end, and I have the same for Rumple too. I'm just trying to get through those two so I can lock the others, because I need to play through Karma's, Rumple's, and Rod's route in order to unlock the last two in the route. So, yeah. But as I said earlier, my computer did like a hard crash out and I lost my entire progress, so we're just redoing it. Well, I'm here to be a nuisance. And it's fine. It's appreciated. It's fine. Oh, yeah, rip indeed. But yeah, we're just going through and just doing just the good route for the two. And that way we can push on to Rod's, and then I can do both bad and good route for Rod. You know, Princess, I don't think I deserve your thanks. I paused and raised an eyebrow at him. What? You've been helping me for a while, and I haven't helped you with your curse at all. What I did today was just coincidence. Your opinion is not needed, as I already know it's appreciated. Okay, then I'll just shut my mouth. The two locked routes are some of my favorites. They're worth the effort. Oh, yeah. I I really have enjoyed the game up to the point that I did. And that's why I'm going through the effort of replaying it again because I do appreciate it and I do want to see the two routes because I do like the background storyline that's going on in this dating sim. It's really good. Coincidence. I heard you went to town with Waltz, and so I followed you too. I only happened to catch what happened in the alleyway. You managed to see me, even when there were many other people who didn't. I have good eyes, probably. Probably. It's not like you to be so humble. Blue, I'm once again offended. And why were you following us in the first place? You said you were too tired to go into town today. I was worried. It was strange not accompanying you today. Worried? Why would you be worried? Carmel looks puzzled for a few moments. He glances at himself in the mirror solemnly, then shrugs. Intuition, perhaps? Waltz mentioned something about feeling watched. Is there something that Waltz and Karma are watching out for that I'm not? Karma closes his eyes momentarily, and I take the opportunity to dust his eyes with eyeshadow. He does not seem to mind. Princess... Nah, oh, you're a stalker, mate. You don't have good eyes. He's just like, I got a bad vibe. I'm gonna just, follow her out. Keep an eye out, just in case. But you know what? It was a good idea he did anyway. Because we almost got kidnapped. Princess, you haven't spoken about what happened today with Delora Parfait, have you? No, not yet. You came to thank me first? Yes. Oh. Kara falls into silence and I continue to work, sweeping blush on his high cheekbones. Princess, do you know anything about the man who tried to drag you away today? No. He said only that he worked for the king before telling me he would take me back to the palace. Well, almost getting kidnapped is better than being stuck with this clown. Listen, I'm not tolerating the karma hate on my stream. Listen here, he's my favorite boy so far. He's my favorite boy so far. I admit I've only played 2 out of the 5, but so far he's my favorite. You leave him alone. Kara's better than Ruffle. Yes, I agree. Penelope, oh my god, I agree with you so much. Oh god, I hate Ruffle so much. I agree with you right then and there, Penelope. Oh my god, we're shaking hands. We're shaking hands, Penelope, over that. I know that's why I should hate. You just hate him just simply because so far he's my favorite. Oh, but you and me, Penelope, we're shaking hands right now over both not liking Rumple. We're shaking hands right now. Of course, why wouldn't I? I wonder how he recognized you. I was wondering that myself. How curious and alarming. The only ones who should pose a problem at this time are witches. Witches, what do they want to do with me? Well, I only mean that witches are the only ones that can see through our curses. So that man spoke with a witch? It's possible. But why? Why would the witches want me back at the palace? Or was that man trying to lead me somewhere else? I added my hand with a dubious smile. Useless, smiling, deviously as you put your hand in towards the "we hate Rumple" handshake. I suppose either way the man couldn't have wanted to bring me back to the palace for a good reason. Is it possible the witch gave a comment or a description of you? But then why would... Karma stops talking and looks up at me with something like sympathy. Sorry, I'm just running my head for ideas. Are the witches really so dangerous? And what do they want with me in the first place? Honestly, Karma's best of the 3 unlocked routes. Agreed. Well, I haven't played Rod's route, but personally for me, I agree. Is he wearing... No, he's... He's wearing a shirt, a corset, and a skirt, and he's wearing a shawl. Let him wear his dress. Let him wear his dress. Actually, you're right. It is a dress, probably, and I'm completely wrong. Femboy. Listen, sometimes you just feel pretty wearing a really nice dress out. Can't argue with that. And sometimes you feel really sexy wearing a really nice suit out. It's just the two sliders on the gender scale, okay? And he just fucks with both. Rest assured, princess, we will figure this out. He could do both, it's great. I know, right? Can't argue. You are a boy kisser, can't argue with that. This is a dating sim. The dating sim is boys. So therefore, I am being a boy kisser in this dating sim because it's a dating sim about boys. Uh, I nod my head slowly. I have a lot of questions for Delora and Parfait, but it's possible that even they might not know everything. Sarah falling out finest here. Ah, yes, you sat there, saw the notification for my stream. This was like, time to cyberbully again. I will need to think on my own as well, just in case they decide to keep more of their secrets. I look at Karma and shake my head. Next time, I'll be more wary. I won't let myself be caught unaware. Before I realize it, Karma has his hands on my cheek and is staring at me solemnly. His eyes are as cold and unmoving as steel. Princess, there won't be a next time. That's what I said. Next time, I'll make sure that you're definitely not alone. This man. Had I been alone today, I might have actually been kidnapped. I know that, but I cannot show weakness. I just need to be more cautious. I'm not some damsel in distress, you know. Having someone at your back is far more comforting. Even on a battlefield, knights fight better together. No, not really. You were the only one I felt like bullying. You know how those girls in high school was like seeing easy face, which is just look at me with you. Wild statement. Wild statement to sit there and proclaim to me. Wild statement to proclaim to me. That's crazy. Based. Wild statement. What's wrong? Nothing. He moves his hand away from my face and stands up sighing. His eyes look suddenly distant, his posture is stiff. I think we're about done here, right? I haven't finished your makeup, though. Well, it's all in fun. For me, at least. Oh, you're fine. I sit there and have... I sat there and was playing Peek with my friends, and both my friends had the same simultaneous idea to just start pelting me with snowballs and watching me tumble around. So, you're probably not the only one. Wait, why am I even concerned about that? Well, sometimes simpler is better. Or, sometimes simple is better. Would you like me to sit back down? I do enjoy being pampered by you, princess. I take it back. We are definitely done. Good. Thank you for your hard work. In an instant, the mood changes, and a bright smile once again graces Karma's face. But that's just me saying that I'm used to this sort of behavior from people, and you know what? It's fine. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to have to leave you, darling. I have business in town and there's patrol later tonight. Thank you, Penelope. Thank you. Don't worry if we played Snowball Fight. I'll use a leaf blower to make sure it hurts! No! That's bodily harm at that rate! Oh my god! won't see you for the rest of the day, but I'm gonna end up getting knocked out by a snowball if I ever sit there and get into one with you. Thank you. I'm gonna be the. Can you even put snowballs in the leaf blower? I'm pretty sure if you make them small enough to sit there and like lean back and move freely around in the tube, and then you just crank it to like the highest power. No, not really. I tried to get my little brother. He was fine. This is new information I didn't know I need. This is new information I didn't need to know, but I know it now, unfortunately. I know now that you can't cause bodily harm with a leaf blower snowball combo. Oh my god. You know what? You could cause bodily harm technically if you put a chunk of ice in the snowball, but we're not going to talk about that. That's concussion inducing. Ah. Hey, I could put rocks on. That works too. That does work too. That does work too. If you want snowballs to hurt, you either use ice or rocks. Or you just beat them with a leaf blower. He just sit there like a snowball fight, pulls out leaf blower, and then just proceeds to charge at the person. uh, uh, it's all fun and games till someone pulls out the leaf blower. Much more efficient. Thank you. He's thanking me for putting on his makeup. It was such a small thing. Just hold it like a bat. Which end do you hold the leaf blower from? From the handle bit or from the tube bit? If you hold it like a bat, which end would do more damage? Oh, God. I need to stop. I need to stop with this line of inquiry. I need to stop with it. You're welcome. You already thanked me, though. Well, now you can tell I'm twice as thankful as a normal person. That doesn't make any sense, but it's karma. A lot of the things he says does not make any sense. I leave the room with Carmen. He leaves the tavern as I go find Parfait and Delora. Or turn it reverse before putting it into places you need to use suction. Oh no! Ah! No! No! I meant the mouth! Ah! 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 Jesus Christ! I don't need. He's dirty white and sure. Listen, the other stream, you were talking about just saying to have your dog sit there and maul a guy's crotch, so I wouldn't put it that far past you. And you were not even 5 minutes ago talking about fondling some guy's balls to make him more comfortable. That was different for me, and that even different for me. Okay. New clean slate. We just forget that ever happened. We forget that ever happened, gang. Oh God, I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. Oh man. Yeah, gang. The two of them are seated together in the reception, speaking in hushed voices when I arrive. They both pause to look up at me as I walk into the room. Oh man, I've never been so lightheaded before. Oh my god. Well, if it isn't the princess, took you long enough to come see us. And he's told us you weren't harmed. We're glad to see you safe, princess. Drink some water. You're so right. Hold on. I gotta take a sip. Drink petrol is better. Petrol has so many calories. Gang, I would go. It's insane. Not to mention it put you in the hospital. And he's told us you were unharmed. We're glad to see you safe, princess. Disclaimer, don't drink petrol. It will actually put you in the hospital. So how about telling us what happened? When prompted, I tell them everything that transpired in the alleyway. The two listen and only exchange a solemn glance when I am done. Do you know something about all of this that I don't? Why would the witches be after me in the first place? Yeah, free hospital visits so you don't need to drive to the hospital. You see in the US of A, hospitals aren't free. they're across the globe over in the European district, so you know their healthcare is a lot nicer. The UK have no way. The hospitals are free. God, I wish that were me. I wish that were me. I wish that were me. Universal healthcare? When? Not with the orange man in the office right now. Do you know something about all of this that I don't? Why would the witches be after me in the first place? Remember what we said about the Terabam corrupting witches? Well, those witches don't like seeing curses broken. They meddle where they can because they can. That's why I cast a glamour on you when you arrived here so that you could remain hidden from magical eyes. I did it to protect you. To protect me. I feel like there's more to this than they are hiding, but I do not think any amount of convincing will get them to say anything. Forgive us, princess. We're not entirely sure what's going on either. Though if it were a human that captured you, he must be working with witches somehow. Because you suck and no one likes you, you're wasted oxygen. Dang! Okay. I see how it is. I guess I'll just go drink petrol and then die. No, I don't know why the open mouth bird emoji got me, but it got me so good. Not you, but the game MC, for sure you apply it to yourself too. Dang. Oh. 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 God, man. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that, and I'm gonna live just to spite you. No, no, don't! I was not moaning! I was not! Listen, that's the noise I make when I laugh really hard and I need to catch my breath, okay? That is not moaning. I assure you. No, no, the fuck it's not. No, the fuck it's not. Stop it. Stop it. See, they plead the fifth. They plead the fifth. They plead the fifth. Troublesome to say the least. We don't know the details yet. Give us some time to figure things out. Oh. I'm trying to lock in. I met myself before. You can't be a witness to your own case. Until we figure out who that man is and who he's working for, you need to have an escort with you out of the marching at all times. Do you understand? And once you figure it out, you will tell me. Listen, I don't know if you could be the defendant and the witness at the same time, man. I don't think that's legal. But shakalaka. The two exchange another look, which only makes me more frustrated. They are obviously keeping secrets and right in front of me. I'll tell you once everything falls into place. Don't worry, Princess. We would never let you be put in any danger. The silence is what ends our conversation. I make my way back to my room, feet heavy. I feel like a fly caught in a spider's web. I try my best to clear my mind as I return to my room. Okay, I got... Ugh. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm like repeatedly checking the guide so I know what I'm supposed to do for the good end. So we get the good end, and then we go to Rumple, and then we do his good end, even though I don't want to do his good end. Instead, I want to sit there and have the option to smack him. I want to smack him, but I can't, because I'm doing the good route, and I can't smack him. Yeah, like your hairline, try to keep your forehead hitting clown. Hey! I'll have you know I got a full, thick head of hair. The days go by slowly, and I make no progress with my curse. Karma is busy with the knights today, and Delore and Parfait are busy talking with Rumple about his curse in his room. I mean, the grid, you have to be sort of mean to Rumple. He likes that. Oh god, no. No, he's one of those. Oh god, no, he's one of those. Again, not even the game fanboy. The game, listen, you need to specify who you're speaking to, and I'm gonna assume that you're talking to me. You can't just sit there and say those, apply it to yourself too immediately after saying something. Ah, I won't. What a horrible choice, but okay. The days go by slowly and make no progress with my curse. Karma is busy with the knights today, and Delore and Parfait are busy talking with Rumple about his curse in his room. Today is the perfect night to go and wander the town by myself. I need to see if I can find out anything about the witches and what is happening around the kingdom. Maybe don't do that. You should be able to differentiate. When you give absolutely no context clues, how am I supposed to differentiate, huh? Huh? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Riddle me that, gang. How am I supposed to differentiate if you give me absolutely no... Put skills on your intelligence stats? Wild. Delore and Parfait are not going to tell me anything, and no one has wanted to take me out of the marching since the kidnapping attempt. These thoughts spiral helplessly in my mind as I sit at the table. I've just finished working for the day, and the activity in the marching is beginning to wind down. Are you any smarter now? I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. Karen stands at the door as the last few customers leave the march-in. Tori is walking around the room to make sure there are no problems. Could it work then? The cyberbullying's going too far. The cyberbullying's going too far. The cyberbullying's going too far. Out of the corner of my eyes, I notice two men pause halfway across the room and glance back at her. I can overhear their words from where I am. Shame that she's a knight, eh? She's a proud type, too proud to let a man dote on her. Bleeding shame indeed. Do you think if I tried to say something to her? You too. Garland is suddenly standing behind the two men, an uncharacteristically dark glare on his face. Is there a problem? Doors are closing for the night. I'm going to ask you to please leave. Fine, I'll tell them as I already, my other friend who's online. So, as a good friend, I should ruin his You take a break for cyberbullying me to turn around and cyberbully your other friend. You. That's. Oh man, you know what? True friendship is sitting there and bullying the shit out of each other. I guess bullying each other is a love language. Of course, that's what friends are for. Ah, man. No need to be so uptight, lad. We're on our way now. There, two men walk out, and Garland stands in the middle of the tavern area, glaring after them. Not really. I just like to see someone suffer. Of course you do. He more or less pushed them out of the tavern. If Anise had seen that, she'd probably have scolded him. Garland? You okay? Of course. That's not what I thought I experienced when I saw this game being streamed. You know what? Welcome to my stream where just anything happens and everything happens. Don't think too hard about it. Don't worry about it too much. It just happens. Well, you're welcome. You think you can fool me? I've known you long enough to know that something's bothering you. Neither of the knights seem to notice me here. If they do, they ignore me. Gina is still looking insistently at Garland, who looks down at the floor. Is he going to say something to her? Garland says nothing, though. He looks at a loss for words. Finally, Dream reaches out and pokes his shoulder, and he looks up, startled. Still the same as always, the silent, watchful knight. Only says things with certainty when he knows they're the truth. Even the princess is waiting for you to say something. Both knights turn to look at me, and Garland seems surprised. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he hardly looks away. And I am the non-mod whose sole purpose is to make every viewer feel uncomfortable. No, wait, no. Listen! You sit. Listen, gang. I just think you sit there and like to cause chaos for chaos's purpose and just watch the world burn. I think that's really your true purpose here. That's what you're doing in this stream. Honest to God, that's what I believe you're doing in this stream. That's what I believe you're doing in this stream, to sue. Of course, you're welcome. Ah, man. Alright, so right about him, he hardly looks away. Patrol is starting soon. I'll head out first. Okay, stay safe. Garland nods at her with a little smile before he leaves the tavern. Going to sleep soon, princess? I was just going to head up. I look up and get ready to move up to my room, but stop once more to look at Jurian. Did you hear what those men were saying? He smacked... What? What? What do you mean he smacked what? What do you mean? He nodded at her with a little smile before he leaves the tavern. I'm going to sleep soon. Princess is going to head up. So I get ready to move up to my room, but stop once more to look at Jurian. What? When was he slapping? When was he... When in this log did it ever say he was slapping? There is no mention of slapping. Where are you getting that someone smacking? Did you hear what those two men were saying? Oh, about me being too proud or something? So she did hear them, but chose to say nothing. It doesn't bother me, they're right. I've been independent for a long time. I would never think about pledging my safety to a man I barely know. I could take care of myself. Blunt and to the point, Jordan was really admired for that honesty in the palace. The only other men I've trusted before are all my fellow knights, Garland most of all, since we've always been partners. She doesn't not explain any further. I decided that is for the better. Oh my god. The The sooner everyone has cleared out, the sooner I can leave the march-in. Tonight is the night I go looking for answers. Sorry, Karma, but I can handle myself. I'm going to prove it tonight. I may not be able to fight, but I can still be cautious enough to not land myself into trouble. No, MC is not smart. They're not smart at all. They wouldn't be an MC if they were. Not many for you. Not for you, Princess. I'm using split screen, so I don't know who the text box belongs to. In the context of my best friend who's training his cat. His PS5. Oh, they train skill issue. Skill issue can't be like that one ARG person in Minecraft. What was it? Ah man, hold on. I gotta remember. Hold on. Searching for a world that doesn't exist. That is the only MC that I've ever seen at least use their brain a little bit. Ever. No bloodline curse. If I can handle myself, I'm going to prove it tonight. I may not be able to fight, but I can still be cautious enough to not land myself into trouble. Still, I do not happen to hear much of anything as I'm exploring the town tonight. I should have brought along some kind of weapon, but then I'd have to steal a knife for the kitchen. I am not a thief. Ah, yes, wandering out with no weapons. A few days after you got kidnapped. So smart. Hours passed before I passed a tavern filled with knights. And yet she lands in trouble. Deciding that I'll at least listen to what is happening in the palace, I linger by the open door and listen to what the men are saying. That sounds like your perspective problem. Okay. I hear that young Fritz is having a hard time of it. I feel bad for the lad. Even Sir Alcaster thinks he's gone mad. But he does keep talking about a princess that doesn't exist. Not for you again. God, I hate Swissy. Me. Bro's having a problem over there with their split screen, where they're just keep mixing up between the two conversations. Fritz is great. I've barely met Fritz. He seems very nice in like the intro stuff and everything. But as I said, I haven't played fully through, so I will probably get to know him more as the game goes on. But this means that Fritz is cursed. He got a fairy tale curse. Fritz still remembers me, but how? Or he's a witch. One of the two, because he remembers. That could be because I'm down 5 beer cans, but I think it's the phone's problem. No, I think that sounds like a you problem at this point. I think that sounds like a you problem. I think that sounds like a you problem over there. Even his father is growing wary of his babbling. Nuh-uh. Yaha. Sir Mithras forced him on break the other day. He didn't seem happy. Well, Sir Mithras must think he's crazy too. Poor Fritz. Can you keep a secret? The knights look at each other and I lean close as possible. Lean as close as I possibly can. Ugh. Apparently the boy spoke some truth, though Sir Alcaster doesn't quite believe it. He's looking for the daughter of the previous queen. The witch had a daughter? The previous queen? Oh, they talk about mother? How dare they call her a witch? Put redeemed so I have other ways to be nuisance. I don't think I've hit that marker yet that I could sit there and slap redeems yet. This is top secret stuff. I just happened to wrestle this out. One of the lackeys looking for her. I haven't hit that marker yet to be able to sit there and put redeems. I need more subscribers. I need more subscribers for that. I just happened to wrestle this out of one of the lackeys looking for it. Yeah, you have to be at like certain tiers to be able to do certain things on Twitch, unfortunately. It's very sad. Vinyan. You do commands instead of redeems. What on earth is Vinyan? Hold on. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I've been using VC Face because that's what was recommended to me when I sat there and got the Steam application for the VTuber Studio and stuff. Right? I came already, so I suppose I'll stay to ignore me when you get popular. Man, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen at this rate. I've been doing this for, I don't know, a year-ish, on and off, because I don't have a set schedule ever. But yeah. So far, I'm only at like 40 some odd subs on my Twitch, and my YouTube actually has 66 right now, which is nice. Vinya's pretty good. I random person online recommend it. Yeah, I sat there was trying to sit there and got recommended another thing called Animate by a friend, but then I realized that it only does OBS exclusively, and I prefer Streamlabs. Streamlabs is just for me easier to use, and it's a lot more streamer friendly for me than OBS is. So yeah. But yeah, I just went off of what was recommended. But I already have the thing pulled up for the VNAN. So I'll check that out. I'll check that out probably after stream and see what that's all about. Maybe see if I can get it set up on Streamlabs if I can. This is top secret stuff. I just happened to wrestle this out of one of the lackeys looking for her. What would Sir Alacaster need this girl for? Yay. That's definitely a shittiest stranger danger, you homeless. It's definitely the shadiest stranger danger, you homeless I'm not a homeless Teletubby! First of all. Secondly, I sat there and went and googled it, and it is actually a very real thing. It is a very real program. Homeless Tubby is something I never thought I'd hear in my life. You're welcome. No, it's there is this specific person back in the old 2020 on a very specific SMP that used to be called a homeless Teletubby, and they're poking fun at me for that. Side eyes you to sue. I know exactly what you mean by that. What would Sir Alacaster need this girl for? I'm assuming she's dangerous and that they want to get rid of her. Are they talking about me? I'm curious, how are we supposed to find this imaginary princess anyways? Does she have any features? They described her features. Last man who went looking for her said she wore a special pendant around her neck. I should get out of here. No kidding. I turn to leave the tavern, my cloak snags on the door and falls to the floor, tripping me up in the process. End up falling halfway in the tavern where the chatter abruptly stops. Oh, this is, oh, a lady. Which you definitely didn't understand, don't worry, it is not relevant. I do understand, unfortunately. Ah, man. I understand. The knights that were talking approach me. One of them picks up my cloak. I attempt to grab my cloak from their fingers, but they pull it away from me and I stumble into one of them. Which reminds me, I just sit there and like bug the crap out of my friend to sit there and have me watch more episodes. I really need to. I thought you wouldn't. I I know Technoblade. I know Rambo. I know Gang. If I know those two, I'm pretty sure I can get where the. Yes, that specific SMP. But the two that I just listed off are exclusively my faves and only my faves. Only my faves. Yeah, that SMP. Yeah, no, you see, I was working a job during the time that that dropped. So my friend sat there and realized I've never watched it before, and then they started dragging me into it, and now I'm up to the butcher arc now, thanks to them. So I am learning the lore. But yeah, no, Philza, Techno, and Rambo are my favorites. Never watched it. It is a very long series. It is so long. It's taken me and my friend several months of had a working job. Couldn't be me. Sucks to suck, eh? Listen, I have to take care of my pay to live subscription. Otherwise, I will just simply be put out in the street and die. Because capitalism forces me to have a pay to live subscription. Madam, he moves to take my hand, then he stops when he sees my face. Still couldn't be me. Ah, man. I wish that I didn't have to sit there. I wish this was actually my only job I had to work. I'm not gonna lie. I wish this was the only thing I could do all day, just stream. Stream video games. That would be nice. But I'm not at that point at all. He moves to take my hand, and then he stops when he sees my face. Her face. And a necklace. You think she was spying on us? Which? One of the knights grabs me by the wrist and pulls me towards him. He's far stronger than the man in the alleyway was. Unhand me right now. I am no witch. Then there should be no problem. We're just going to take you in, and if there's some big misunderstanding, we'll repay you ourselves, miss. No, let me go. This behavior's not fitting of a knight. And then the thing I gotta do. Come on, no. Miss, let's go back quietly. The guide says... Well, we all wish for things like that, but we should accept it's fantasy. Not if I try really hard. Not if I try really hard. Okay, I gotta try to convince them. Fighting back is useless when I'm outnumbered. Okay. Fighting back is useless when I am outnumbered. I have to try convincing them that I'm not who they think I am. You're mistaken, sirs. I have to overhear your conversation, and assuming I am some imaginary princess is unreasonable. The knights look at each other. You know, she has a point. She's listening to our conversation. That's clearly suspicious. Well, you'll be delusional really hard, which would be amusing to watch for me to, so you do as you may. Part of me feels like I should be disappointed. I still remember the correct answers to this game after all this time. It's just locked into your brain as a core memory. It's locked in your brain as a core memory because this man is your favorite man out of the three. I'm not delusional. It is a hope that I have. I am realistically going to be going back to work very soon after I get medically checked out. But yeah. So, yes, I would enjoy doing this as a full time job, but realistically, I know I have to go work my 9 to 5 anyways. I think I just dislike Rob because he was the first one I went for and got his bad ending. Oh. Well, I. I'm a sucker for karma. I went for karma first. And I got his bad ending, and then I proceeded to sit there and look up how to get his good ending. Congratulations, you're a boy. No, I think I'll stick with her. She shall be my favorite tormentee. What does that mean? But no, I'm planning to do Rod's bad route and then Rod's good route. I'm basically gonna do Rod's route blind, and then I'm gonna go. And if I get the bad route, I'm gonna purposely do it right to get the good route. Which more than likely is gonna happen because that's how I sat there and did for Rumple and Karma, and just instinctively got the bad route anyway. Did you not hear what I just said? I happened to overhear it, nothing more. You were cloaked as if you were trying to hide your features. It's very easy to get his bad route. Oh, okay. Being out at night without a cloak is a sure way to draw attention to ladies such as myself. You know, she has a point. Stop saying that, man. Then, ma'am, there should be no problem with us taking you back to the palace. If we are mistaken, we'll clear up the misunderstanding and pay you handsomely. Come on, let's take her to the palace. Oh boy. The night leads me out on the empty streets. Why? Why did I have to be so stubborn? I meant I went to insult, but stop myself because I care about you more to only insult you. I'm such a wholesome viewer. Ah, yes, you're just like, I must add more to my repertoire of people I can torture. The nights continue pulling me down the path until we come to a narrow street. Everyone who heeds us walks away to avoid the nights. There is fear in their eyes, but I have done nothing wrong. Ma'am, if it makes you feel any better, we're risking a rank on this as well. I don't know, I'm suspicious of... Who goes there? It's hard to insult someone you know very little about. Penelope has a point. Penelope has a point. I look up and notice Karma's familiar figure walking towards us. What is he doing here? Why isn't he in his disguise? Gentlemen, I ask you to unhand that woman. As a knight, I would be ashamed to see treating a lady so terribly. I can always try. Ah. Well, never say never, correct? I think we should say never at this point. You're welcome to. Oh man, there's challenges going on in my chat for cyberbullying. Oh man, no. And who are you? Her husband. His what? Unhand her, gentlemen, or taste my blade. Sir, we were just going to take her to the palace too. I will give you on the count of 3. One knight keeps his grip on me as the other draws a sword. I stare at Kaba, who continues to count through the night. Who continues to count though the knight attacks him before his sword leaves his sheath. Karma and the knight trade blows, but it is Karma that comes out victorious. His blade slides past the knight's shoulder, distracting him enough to give Karma the opening he needs. Karma reaches back with his free hand and knocks the knight out with a blow to the head. It may be just my imagination, but for a few moments I think I see the knight's blade glimmer across the surface of Karma's hand before he falls. Knight holding me up holds up his hands in surrender. I yield, sir. It seems no matter how the situation turns out, you are dishonorable. Please, sir. Karma knocks him out and then stands beside me as he sheathes his sword. Karma, A few moments, Blue. Karma spends some time forcing a potion from a vial down each of the knight's throat. I watch him quietly, fearing they might have killed them. The knights only seem to be asleep. A potion that Parfait gave me. It'll make the men forget they ever saw you. When Karma stands again, I notice a glimmer of blood on his hand and stare. You're hurt. It's nothing. I'm sorry. Come on, princess. Let's go back. He pulls out onto the main street and does not let go of my hand. I cannot bring myself to speak. Karma saved me twice now. Not only that, but this time he is injured. He says it's nothing, but his bloodied hand does not move at all. Of course I'll do this. I'll do as this almost totally says. Cyberbullying is my privilege. While you hear another fear, in theory, contagious cyber is not good if I get banned. Aw, man. Huh. Cyberbullying. You're just known as a cyberbullying viewer. You just sit there and you're just like, ah, yes, I like it. My pastime is cyberbullying and trolling people on the internet. Why'd I have to be so stubborn and insist I can handle myself? I did not speak for a long time. Eventually I noticed people start to stare. Though before long, the staring grows worse. Young women begin following us, giggling from behind. I turn to Kawa, who looks like he hasn't slept in days. Oh, wait. His curse. He's not in a dress. He's not in a dress, gang. He's not in a dress. We're about to see the worst of it. Karma. Sorry, Princess, but I'm not in the mood to talk. Those ghosts are walking right behind us. This is... his curse? Karma. Blue, I just said that I'm in no mood to talk. Did you not hear me? We are being followed! He stares behind us almost stupidly and then laughs hollowly when the girls see his face. They start to rush towards us, their voice rising, blending together in horrendous cacophony. Not really. I'm actually a good mod and very respectful of my friend's stream, but with you it's different. I see. I'm special. I get the cyberbully treatment. Karma's not moving though. He looks resigned. Maybe he's too tired to realize what he wants to do. I tighten my grip on Karma's hand, pull him away, my pace quickening to a run as girls chase after us, screaming at me angrily for taking Karma away from them. Of course, congratulations. Ah, lovely. This is a prize that I earn. Blue, what are you doing? Getting us out of here. Blue. I lead him through town and into little nooks and crannies where we managed to lose some of the crowd. Karma often led me through some of these spaces as shortcuts. Waltz knew them too. Once we were alone again, I stopped, falling to my knees and letting go of Karma's hand as I catch my breath. That really was a curse, having to run away from so many mindless women. But thank you, I guess, for this treatment. That was difficult. Blue? What? I did not mean to snap, but the tiredness is pressing on me too. You helped me out of that. Of course I did. Why would I want to be chased by girls? You could have left me behind and gone on alone. Instead, you helped me. You helped me too. I guess I paid you back. Though to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about repaying him for saving me. I just knew that I didn't want Karn to be stuck trying to fend off all those girls. He was right about his curse. That is terrible. I just realized something. Karma kneels down beside me and waits for me to speak. My curse has people forget me, and yours has even strangely become fascinated with you. It's almost like our curses are opposite of each other. And yet we seem so similar. My eyes widened when I realized what I just said. We are similar, aren't we? He holds out his good hand to me, and I let him lead me back to the tavern through the abandoned alleyways. My feet are heavy and all I want to do is sleep, but suddenly Karma is standing before me, his face grave. Blue, I have to thank you for helping me earlier. I'm sorry if I was like that and made it more difficult on you. Can you imagine being chased through town by a horde of women that just want to just like harass you, but in the sexual way? That'd be a nightmare. It was so sudden and I was so tired I have no motivation to move. Get hollowed, purple clown. What? Get hollowed, purple clown. Okay. Shouldn't I be thanking you? I accept your thanks, even though I wish you didn't have to thank me the first place. Man, that split screen really isn't working out for you, huh? Wrong. I'm going to sleep now. I give up. Alright, Sue. You have a good sleep. Thank you for joining in on the stream and being your chaotic self. Oh, oh, man. You should not have gone out on your own when you knew how dangerous it could be for you. I'm sorry. I'll accept your apology too because I lost sleep over this. I have no words for how I feel right now. Princess. Aw, yeah, hand kissing. We got the hand kissing scene. Aw, yeah. Kami reaches for my hand again, and this time he holds it up and kisses the back of it. Slowly, all my tiredness falls away. I'm not gonna lie, I like these little scenes that they sit there and make. They're so well done and they're so nice, and I appreciate them. My kisses. This is literally the game about kissing men. This is literally the game about kissing men. I don't know what you expect from me. This is literally the game about kissing men. You really are a handful. But a delightful handful. I'm going to bandage this hand and then rest. We'll speak later about all of this, okay? Can you believe that Arcade's even better in the game sequel? Oh, I didn't know they had a game sequel. I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out after this. I'm gonna probably do a date with death in between though, cause that's another one that I got in between that actually someone else recommended me. So I'm gonna probably do this and then do a date with death and then do the sequel in between then. I love a date with death. I've never played it before. I had someone sit there recommend like, hey, you should totally stream this game, and I was like, okay. So I have it downloaded. I haven't ever played it, so it's gonna be me blindly playing it. This one, as I said, I played Karma and Rumple's Route, so I'm semi-blind playing this. I'm going after concepts now. Listen, man, I was already after Narendra when Cult of the Lamb came out. We've already been over this. Death is death is pretty. uh, death is pretty. Oh yeah, no. Sorry. Usually depictions of Death as a dateable character are pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, what else is pretty? Don't say it. Don't say it. What do you mean, don't say it? Don't say what? But the blood. The bleeding stopped on its own, Blue. But it does need to be treated. Don't worry, it'll be fine. It was your mom joke. You calling my mom pretty? Oh, that's so sweet of you. She is nice looking. She, bruh. What do you? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Are you sure? As sure as I can be. I don't lie, not even for the sake of a pretty lady. Carl lets my hair go as soon as we enter the march and then bows politely to me before heading back to his room. I watch him go, my mind whirling. Listen, if you're trying to be mean to my mom, I'm not having it. Does he usually kiss women's hands? No, I don't think so. You be nice to her. She's trying her hardest. Okay, after this chapter, I will probably be ending stream because I've been trying to do 2 chapters per stream if I can help it. You really are a handful, but delightful handful. His words keep repeating in my head. I cannot stop hearing his voice. When was I mean to your mom? I don't know if you were trying to be mean to my mom with the your mom joke, or if you weren't. I don't know. His words keep repeating in my head. I cannot stop hearing his voice and feeling his lips on my hand. Ah. Man. I wish that were me. My face feels warm, and every time I think about his words, my heartbeat feels unsteady. I really have to stop thinking about that. Karma is karma, and he puts on that overly polite act with everyone. But then I'm pretty sure I've never seen him do something like that with another person. I'll just go downstairs to stop thinking about all of this. I need to tell Parfait and Delora what happened. Because of the time I returned to the Marchand yesterday, I never spoke to anyone about what happened. Maybe someone's downstairs. Someone usually is. Man. I'd love for Karma to sit there and kiss on my hand. Love for Karma to kiss on my face, too. I'm not like your mother, as she is beautiful and lovely, but of course we concentrate on the milk carton because it said concentrate on it. What? Okay. I leave my room, make my way downstairs to the reception. It's quiet when I enter, but not as silent as I thought it would be. Karma is sitting at one of the tables speaking quietly with Parfait and Delora. His injured hand is sitting on the table, bandaged. I cannot help but stare at it, my heart plummeting. His injury is my fault. I thought it said concentrate on juice, not milk. Man, you gotta focus on that milk, you gotta concentrate on it. To make sure that it actually is still milk when you look away. So you have yet to hear the entire story. And jokes I don't care for the details. Understandable, understandable. Now I'm afraid I'm not quite privy to the information Waltz has. Is that correct? Waltz has been directly involved in this far longer than you have. What about Waltz? Princess, you're up early. Bro, you're oblivious this is your strongest trait. Waltz is great. Listen. I am just a person that does not get things unless they are bluntly told to me in a very straightforward manner. It's because I have autism. I could tell. Yeah, I would think after like me doing a recording for this long, you sure could tell between the interactions that I just have just the autism. I'm not on the lower grade scale. I'm on the higher end, but still. Expect if your YouTubers aligned to those things was your first mistake. No, man, I think this was long before before I started being a VTuber. It's just I just sit there and I talk to people and just the autism starts taking over. Neil turned to look at me as I stand at the table. Karma still looks tired. Is not in his dress. He looks somber, but still smiles at me. Blue, how nice of you to join us. When did you start saying my name without my title? Blue, you've run into a lot of different mishaps this week, haven't you? I thought I thought you would be stubbornly avoiding work. Instead, you got out of your way to get yourself into trouble. I can't. I'm stumbling so bad for some reason. I don't know why. My brain is not processing. This involves me directly. How would I not be curious? You also been irresponsible, sneaking out without any of us knowing. This is not a VTuber of my eyes, just my friend who might also be a homeless I'm not a homeless Teletubby! I'm not a homeless Teletubby! I'm not a homeless Teletubby! Gang! I'm in a house. I have internet. I would not be streaming if I was homeless. I think you should get your eyes. I think you should get your eyes checked. The girls are fighting! The girls are fighting! What are you offering? I'm free to do whatever I want to. I even wore a cloak too. Oh no, the cloak. I left it at the bar. I feel a nudge at my arm and Karma is holding out my cloak with a tired smile. You went back to get this? When? Yesterday, when you were still in bed. You've been running yourself dry these last few days, Karma. It's nothing. Thank you. What's this? Our ice princess is thanking someone. Why is that something so strange? Oh, come now, she's not so icy. Blue's more fire than anything. She's filled with unbridled passion and confidence. Anyhow, I'm not fighting as if I was my actual British accent with sunshine through. The British accent just violently comes through the minute you get pissed off. Confidence has got me nowhere so far. To look so dour, Blue, you become quite the accomplished woman. Karma gestures towards me and I flush, unsure of what he is talking about. Then I notice Dolores' eyes are on me too. Our Profre, do you see that? What are they looking at? That is the way of a Brit. You see, I don't have an accent that really comes out. If I get mad, I just yell. What are they looking at? I reach down to grasp my necklace and then pause. I cannot stop the gasp that leaves my lips. A piece. That's just American. Yeah, I know, that's very American of me. When did this happen? Princess, you didn't realize there was an extra piece to your necklace? There's multiple American accents. I think at most I would have is like a Midwestern accent. That's a someone's some states say washcloth. I say washcloth. I don't say washcloth. Princess, you didn't realize there was an extra piece to your necklace? Congratulations, Princess Blue. You're a step closer to breaking your curse. I feel proud. I only ever feel this way around Mother. She did me a great favor yesterday. If not for Blue, I might have suffocated beneath a pile of very excited women. Washcloth, that's what I saw. Wait, helping Karma escape was a good deed? She was selfless. Well, you see, Penelope, Tasu sat there, and the first time they met me, they mistook me for a British person. So, you know, she was selfless. He's not even mentioning the injury he got protecting me. Parfait and Delore are both smiling, but the cheerful mood does not last long. Yes, you have. Yeah, you did. And I had to sit there and be like, no, no, no. I'm unfortunately very U.S. American. What were you all talking about before I came down? About your kidnapping. Well, kidnappings, both of them. Looks like we have a serious problem on our hands. What do you know about this? What does Waltz know that I don't? Must be the strong British accent. Ah, yes, the British accent that I have in my voice. Still could have fooled me. Listen, just because I speak somewhat more politely than probably most people averagely do to not equate me to being British. I promise you, I am the least British person possible. Is it the is it is it the suit I'm wearing? Is it the suit that I'm wearing? Is that it? Is that what makes me look British? Is it the outfit that my VTuber is wearing? Tell me honestly. Princess, it's more about what everyone else knows that you don't. Now the outfit made me think you were a man at first. Technically I'm a non-binary that's more masculine, so I do go by he/him pronouns and they/them pronouns. Even though I sound very feminine because I'm born female. The queen needs you, so we shall take what we get. Not me. The Queen of England needs me. I must go. I sound pretty neutral. I listen. At some point, someone online sat there was talking to me, and they were just like, "You sound like a black Scottish person." And I'm like, "I am the whitest person you will ever know." That is. I, I just confuse people with what nationality I am, just simply just standing there. Then put in a fierce cure and come to London. I couldn't even begin to afford the plane ticket, man. I couldn't even begin to afford that. What everyone else knows. I feel anger begin to simmer inside of me, even though he looks apologetic. He says it so casually. I could tell you were American, but maybe that's my American buff. Fellow Americans can identify another American from across the room. I'll have you explain how much rent costs in London. It's £5,000 per month. Hold on, let me. Oh my god! I just sat there and looked to see how much that actually was in US dollars, and you're paying over $6,000, gang? That's insane. That's literally an entire mortgage payment. That's a little less than a mortgage payment on like a cheap house out here. Not really. I sat there and tried Googling it. Is Google wrong? Is Google telling me something wrong? It said £5,000 to US dollar, and it said to US dollars today. And it says 6,689 United States dollars. Oh, wait. Yeah. It's telling me it's 6,689 US dollars here. Gang, that's a crazy expensive. That's crazy expensive. I could not. I could not live there. I really would end up being homeless over in London. What are you all hiding from me? Let's gather everyone later, shall we? I think Waltz might want to be here for this too. What does Waltz have to do with any of it? Be patient, princess. You've already waited this long. What's another few hours? Then come fulfill your destiny. What? What's my destiny over in London, huh? To become a Brit? To convert from an American to a British person over there? To eat bad food? Oh. Oh. Man. I no comment, no comment. I haven't had British food, so I wouldn't know. I have no choice but agree when Parfait and Delore refuse to say any more, but I'm not happy about it. I spend the rest of my time doing idle chores around the tavern. I do a round of sweeping of the brew and mindlessly organize some of the bottles. I cannot believe everyone knows something about me that I don't. But now I'll find out the entire story. Maybe it'll answer some of the questions I have. Why are they keeping things about me a secret to begin with? I don't want to say what I want to say is that would be discrimination against another country, which I know little about. Oh my god. American versus British food fight. Laura gathers everyone in the tavern to discuss the kidnapping, decide to sit in between Waltz and Karma. So we have a story to tell. Story time, huh? I don't suppose this would be a romance, would it? No, it's not, Rumpel. Sit down and shut up. How can you stand to make comments like that constantly? Hi, Rumpel. Go away, Rumpel. Me too, Penelope. Me too. How can you stand to live a lie? The two glare at each other across the table, but Dolores silences them. Dolores starts with a story about the Great War, one that I've already heard so many times I can recite it myself. What does any of this have to do with me? Because of the fairy tales, witches like myself are punished for simply existing. Our leader, the Tereberum Bearer, was a kind witch that was overtaken by the grief that our people suffered. She was driven so far into madness that she created the fairy tale curse to punish humans and make them suffer as the witches had. And when that was enough, she committed the ultimate taboo. She killed a human. I tried to stop her, but by the time I thought to act, it was too late. Knowing that Delore and Parfait were involved in the Great War makes it seem more real. But wasn't the Tereberum bearer killed? How can the fairy tale curse continue to spread if she is dead? I believe that the Tereberum bearer sacrificed the last bit of her life to continue powering the Tereberum, all to ensure that the remaining witches could continue spreading the fairy tale curse. Might fall asleep at any moment now. You gonna fall asleep on stream? Gonna fall asleep on stream? Getting drunk will do that. Yeah, true. Of course. Is none of this ringing a bell for you? What are you talking about? Sits there, switches windows, starts playing car alarm noises for an hour straight just to sit there and wake you back up again. She really did erase your memories. Erase? The witch who died, her was your mother, Princess Blue. What? For some reason, I turn to look at Carmel, who's one of the only people who doesn't look away from me. I grew up outside of this kingdom, but even I knew of this terrible witch Hilder. You expect me to believe any of this? Mother was... She wasn't a witch. I would remember that. Well, you would if you had memories of the war, and the years before that. Under Hildir's rule, the palace was a dark place. The king didn't have any real power until Hildir was defeated. Ugh. That goes for the rest of us, too. We're slaves to Hildir. Dolores' eyes flickered to Waltz. It's the truth. Waltz knows because he's also a witch. He experienced Hildir's command over the witches firsthand as well. I would have remembered that. They literally mentioned your memory being erased. Why are you hearing doggies? That would be because I have a pup named Boris that his favorite pastime is being the noisiest person he can possibly be, which includes barking his little head off. Pet dog, yes. Yes. Boris is a noisy kind of fella. He enjoys barking all the time, no matter what. He just likes talking very loudly. You have a dog too? Yeah, I know, your German Shepherd. Waltz is a witch? That is terrified of your cats. Yours is trained. Well, the thing is we just recently got him. He's only like 4 or 5 months old, so he's still a baby. We're trying to sit there and train him up, but he still likes being noisy and stuff like that. Basically, we gotta wait for, yeah. He's just a baby, let him be a baby. You know the thing where you have kids and they go through a period of just screaming non-stop constantly? It's like that, but for the dog. And that, unfortunately, is going to last anywhere from 2 to 4 years. Try to keep the baby for herself. Try to keep the baby for herself. I know. Ah, man. Yeah, you know what? Not this baby, cause this baby he got sharp teeth. He sits there and plays, and the thing is while playing he tends to jump up on you and use his teeth to play. So you basically turn into his personal chew toy if you sit there and play with him. Sorry for keeping this secret, Princess. It's not as if I can use much magic anymore anyway. Not while I'm cursed. It's just another secret of many. It seems everyone is hiding something. Everyone was freed after Hildir's reign. Witches, fairies, and humans alike. The king was even able to marry Ophelia, the one he always truly loved. So, it has always been Ophelia that he truly loved. Was it that the reason I never felt any love from him? Because I was my mother's daughter? He gave up on me. No, dear, I don't think he gave up on me. My voice is too loud in the reception area. I feel it crack beneath the pressure and suddenly I want to cry. Mother told me so many times not to cry. The king gave up on me, but Mother didn't. Mother would tell me this was all a lie. She'd tell me not to trust anyone. They must be lying. I would give up on you. Dang! I would give up on you too. I turned to Kama. For some reason I trust him more than I trust Laura Parfait. Is this the truth? I was told the story of Hildir and her daughter Blue. They said you were the picture of elegance, but that you shared your mother's icy nature. But I don't think that's true at all. If Hildir was ice, then you most certainly are a warm fire. If my mother was a witch, then what does that make me? You're a witch as well, whether or not you were ever taught to use magic. On your upcoming birthday, you'll become the Terror Bearer. Do you realize how ridiculous this all sounds? Me, a witch. The king never said anything. And now I can't not even ask if this is the truth because I'm cursed. Why would you even curse me? We didn't want a repeat of the tragedy, Blue. I sat on your shelves for almost a year, Princess. Imagine then you wake up and notice everything was. Everything was what? There was an ice in your heart, and if you had inherited the Terror Bearman that day, who knows what would have happened? Bro, I hate it. You hate. Then why didn't you just tell me any of this? Flora and Parfait look at each other before dropping their gazes to the ground. If I told you before, would you have even bothered to listen? The king must have tried to do the same thing. Look how that turned out. You shut out everyone who ever tried to tell you about Hildir's true nature. Not for you, Garen. I'm going to sleep now. Definitely see you later, Algar. Not for a while, Crocodile. Have a good one, Tasu. That's probably true, even though I'm having trouble believing that they are telling me the truth. The whole world feels as if it's collapsing around me. I need to escape. I need to go out and be somewhere else, but why are the witches looking for me? You're the heir to the Terror Baron. No doubt the evil witches want you on their side so they get to you wreaking havoc and in jail with a fairy tale curse. The men that were looking for Blue were not witches, though. They were knights. Perhaps the witches and knights are working together? This must be part of Alacaster's scheme to steal the throne. What are you talking about? The reason why Garland and I left the Order of Caldria was because the king did not believe us about Alacaster's coup. How would he know of the princess's identity, though? And who is in which a fairy or isn't cursed shouldn't be able to remember her. But now we know that it's not just the witches looking for the princess, but the knights of the Order of Caldria as well. They definitely have a description of her from someone. Blue? Calm reaches out a hand, touched my shoulder, and I flinched back before standing up. I cannot speak about this now. I want to be alone. Let her go. She'll need a lot of time to think. I leave everyone sitting at the table as I try to process the whirling thoughts in my mind. Hildir, my mother, the only person I ever thought loved me, was a Terror Bear, a witch, the first witch to kill a human. The witch had started the fairy tale curse. All this time I thought Mother was the only one who cared, but what if she never did? I stay in my room for a long time, trying to process everything I've been told. Oh man, we're getting into it. Days go by before I decide to leave the tavern again and watch common practice with the knights. These last few days I felt hollow. Maybe seeing the normal practices will help me feel better. Maybe it'll make things feel like nothing's changed. When I arrive at the forest, however, only Karma is standing in the clearing. He's staring through the trees as if he sees something there, but his expression is solemn, almost sad. Eventually he sighs, shaking his head before turning in my direction. Blue! I prepare myself for a response, find that no words come to mind. I have not spoken to Karma since the talk about Mother and the witches, and any of the ease I felt with him before has slipped away. Still, I came here on my own, and I cannot just stand here being mute. I say the first thing that comes to mind. Where are Durian and Garland? I only train with Garland. Durian is out on patrol duty tonight. He'll be here later. I just came early. It seems you did too. Blue, are you okay? I'm sorry I haven't been by to see you. It's not as if you owed that to me. I don't owe it to you, but I truly wanted to. I've just been busy these last few days scouting the town for information, as much as I want you to come with me. Why would you ever have wanted to pair up with someone like me anyway? Why, Princess, that's because I am bitter and cold, and even though I want to change, all I can think about is myself. But now, I want to change because I do not want to be the same as my mother. Isn't that selfish? Maybe so, but I believe you are being selfish for the right reasons. An entirely selfless person can't survive in this world. before we can make others happy, we have to be happy ourselves. Happy ourselves? Yes, an angry person holds resentment towards everyone, and mars whatever good deeds they seek to do. Man, life lessons from Karma right now. That's why I cannot complete my good deeds. Wrong. You've already got one done. Recognizing the need for change is always a good thing, Blue. Regardless of the motivation, you're trying to become a better person. That is what matters. That is very true. That is very true. He takes a step towards me and then puts his hand on my shoulders and leans down until I can look right into his eyes. Karma's serious expression startles me as much as his touch. It's never too late for anyone to change. You taught me that. What? How could I have taught Karma anything? Do you mind if I tell you a story, Blue? Ah, look at the guide, look at the guide, look at the guide. Oh, I have to step away from him, even if I don't want to. I have to step away from him. Man! Man! I take a step away from him and Karma's hand falls from my shoulders. He sighs out. The story better be just as dramatic as mine. Thank you, Blue. For what? For agreeing to listen. And for what you just did. Ah! I didn't want to take the step back. I really didn't, because I wanted to sit there and... Stepping away from him, was I distracting him? Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a crown prince from a kingdom called Bruganta. Bruganta is one of the neighboring kingdoms, so this isn't make-believe. His name was called Aldrich Rinaldi Mathis Almonte, but because the name was such a mouthful, he settled for the acronym as a nickname, at least around the palace, where it was acceptable, called Aldrich Karma. Prince Claude was a man who flaunted his beauty and talents to all that he met. He often used his title to get what he wanted. Prince Claude was a selfish man, who felt he was entitled to everything that he had. He was vain and often left his castle unattended so that he could avoid his responsibilities. Then one day, he chanced upon a beautiful maiden in the town square. He led her around the whole day, being as charming as he possibly could. And then at the end of the day, he asked someone to be his lover. She agreed, but their time together did not last long. Only weeks later, Prince Claude threw her away as one throws away an object, and broke the woman's heart, and she cursed him. That beautiful maiden was a witch, but Prince Claude found out too late. The witch said she would make his beauty, his vanity, a curse. To make even beauty a curse. Ashamed of being cursed, Prince Claude donned a disguise and left his kingdom behind. He's been gone for nearly a year now, and most probably assume he is dead. But in truth, the prince has come to Angel, seeking a way to break his curse. He had heard of a young lady named Blue, who on her 18th birthday could dispel any curse. Karma. He looks so sad, I don't know how to comfort him. Claude? Ah! Man. Karma. Claude turns a startling red as he stares at me, and for a few moments he does not speak. Then he bursts out laughing. I stare at him in shock, not understanding his reaction. I feel myself flush. Isn't that your real name? No, darling, it is, but hearing you say my name, well, it sounds so much softer out of your lips. I rather like it. My cheeks are warm again. How is it that he is always able to make me feel this way? I'll call you by that name if it makes you so happy. Let's make it a secret between the two of us. I'm still Miss Karma here. Besides, I've kept that name for my ears only. It makes me feel more special that way. More special. At the moment, Garland shows up for practice, and Claude politely excuses himself. I watch the two of them trade blows. Claude favors his other hand, but his blows still come quickly, even with his injury. The more Claude tells me, the more I realize that he's, like me, a noble curse for being selfish. Ah, this man. I'm so in love with him. Oh my god. But how do I help break his curse? Why can't he tell me? As practice is drawing to a close, Claude asks Garland the usual question. Have you confessed to Jurian yet? Garland only shakes his head in reply. The two men sheathe their swords. Garland looks almost sad as he turns to make his way back to the tavern. He likes her and yet he won't say anything. Why is that frustrating me so much? Garland. Yes, princess? Alright. I gotta say, you have to tell Jurian. Claude told me before that confessing is hard. What Garland's going through looks even harder. Princess, you know I'm incapable. No, you think you're incapable. But if you never say anything to her, you'll never know. If I say something wrong, I risk losing everything I already have with her. If you say nothing, you risk losing what you could have with her. Blue is right. But you should really tell her, Garland. Before, Claude was adamant that Garland shouldn't confess to Jurian. What changed? If I mess this up... let's try looking at it through another lens. Imagine that Jurian is blue. How do you think she'd like to be confessed to? I frowned at the two men, arms crossed. Excuse me? Well, you and Jurian are very similar. You're both very straightforward. Confess to the princess? My eyes moved to Claude, but only fleetingly, before they were once again on Garland. You just need to do something simple, Garland. Something that will not rub her the wrong way. Remains hard as ever fragile, and each woman is different. Claude is wearing an amused smile on his face, but he's looking at me, not Garland. I feel my face flush, and I have to look away. Blue, your tomato red again. It's adorable. I crossed my arms over my rapidly beating heart again and forced a scowl on my face. No, I was just thinking about Garland. I was just thinking about what Garland could do. Something simple, like when Karma kissed my hand. Garland kissing Jurian's head is probably not a good idea. But we could do what Claude and I did that one day in town. He'd buy her some food and they could just talk. Garland, have you ever just asked Jurian out for food? Not alone. Jurian is practical and she always eats at the tavern. She's also away on duty if she's available. I'll take a patrol shift 2 nights from now, then, and tomorrow you can ask her out for a meal. We can make your invite a grand affair. We can drape banners on the walls, or I could give you a rose. That sounds like a terrible idea. I am offended. I feel like I did something like that for Jurian and she would just get embarrassed and punch me. Sounds like another lady that I know. Claude grins at me, but I just roll my eyes. Garland, just ask her normally. When you're out and alone together, you can confess. I'll make sure that you have the time to do it. I'll purposely come late to practice tomorrow night so you can ask her out for that date. How does that sound? You two really think I can do this? You just have to ask the question. Whatever follows will at least be an answer. Tomorrow night, then. Good man, I'm sure it'll go swimmingly. Or I could drown. You won't drown, Garland. Garland excuses himself with a nervous smile before Claude turns to me expectantly with a mischievous grin. Now, Blue, we'll come here early tomorrow and spy on them. We need to scope out a good spot. Spy on them? Of course, we need to make sure that our efforts pay off. I don't think we should. You don't want to see how it plays out? I immediately shake my head, unable to put my emotions into words. For some reason, I'm imagining myself in Jurian's position. It feels too personal. Clouds like this suddenly spring to mind, and I feel my face grow hot again. But you've been oddly out of it today. Cloud reaches out a hand towards me and then abruptly pulls away. It seriously smiles at me, almost sheepishly. Yeah, I wonder why I'm out of sorts. Maybe it's over one certain man standing before me, gang. The conversation between us dies when we return to the margin. Days passed and I thought I did not spy on the conversation between Jurian and Garland. I noticed that Garland's been smiling from ear to ear during his practice with Claude recently. I can only assume this confession went well. Claude took the patrol shift tonight and I lay in bed, and I am restless. Every time I watch Claude practice with Jurian and Garland, I'm reminded of the palace, of Fritz. I wonder how Fritz is doing. Is he still practicing with the other knights? My thoughts darkened as I recalled the kidnappings. Claude had saved me every single time. He got injured saving me. Unable to sleep, I slipped out of bed and make way down to the reception room. The night air is cool, and no one stops me from staying just aside the march-in. I cannot just sit back and do nothing anymore. I have to act. I do not want Claude to get hurt because of me again. Eventually, I see Claude approach. He looks tired, he's moving more slowly than usual, but when he sees me, his lips quirk into a smile. Blue, what are you doing out here tonight, love? Love, instead of darling. That's new. Hello, Claude. His face is dark red again. Oh man. Ah! Huh. If you're using my real name, I'm supposed to come to ask for something serious. How could he know that? I do need to ask something of you. If you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm right here, love. What? Oh, this is not about... Never mind. I'm asking if you'll be my instructor. For some reason, I seem to caught Claude off guard. He stares at me for a few moments. What? I want to learn how to use the sword. I want you to be my instructor. Claude's expression becomes uncharacteristically serious. Rather, you didn't learn how to use the sword. I do not want you to have to keep protecting me. I don't mind protecting you. I do. Claude sighs and shakes his head. Princesses shouldn't be using swords. I want to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. You are. I don't want you to get hurt again when I could do something about it. Teach me, please. Claude. That you could blackmail him with using his real name on him. When Sketty flushes, it seems to be an instant reaction. It is both amusing and endearing. It won't be easy. I wasn't expecting it to be. Claude stares at me for a long time before finally letting out a heavy sigh. Fine, I'll train you. You won't learn in a day, but I can teach you the essentials. You can use one of the knight's training swords. Thank you. Music to my ears. Meet me in the clearing in 10 minutes. 10 minutes? What? You said you wanted to train, so we will. Don't expect me to go easy on you. But aren't you tired? You look exhausted. He looked exhausted when he came in. Now he wants to train? Are you trying to get out of training? I am not. Claude shakes his head, but he is smiling. I'll see you there in a few minutes, love. Moonlight spills through the leaves, illuminating the forest with a gentle light. Long minutes pass as I stand in the clearing. I begin to feel restless. It isn't like Claude to be late. Is he tending to his injury? I hear rustling in the leaves and turn immediately to see what the disturbance is. But the minute I do, I'm pulled back by a strong force. My world goes dark. Before I can scream, I hear a gentle voice in my ears. Listen, on Blue. When I'm apprehended by an enemy that you can't see, remain calm and use your 5 senses to judge how best to get the upper hand. This voice is coming from right behind me. Ah! Ah, the pictures! Ah, yes. The cutscenes. Yes, yes, yes. I love them. I love them so much. Aw, man. Claude? I could wear this as close as he's ever been to me, with my back pressed to his chest like this. Panicking disorients mine. That's why I must remain cool under any circumstance. How could I not panic? Any normal person would panic. Still, I try to force myself to be calm. Listen too. Enemies will often let down their guard when they think they have the upper hand. Catch your opponent off guard by remaining calm and locating his weakness with your senses. I try to calm myself as Claude instructs. I feel it is a bit easier, but only because I know it is Claude. An opening. I move as quickly as I can, stepping forward so I can swing an elbow back at Claude's stomach. Before that happens, Claude has pulled me back to him, closing whatever distance I had put between us. The process moves his hand from my eyes to my mouth. I can once again see the force of my words are muffled beneath his hand. Another thing to remember, you won't always be able to catch your enemy off guard by throwing punches or hits at them. Your opponent will usually always be stronger than you, Blue. Remember what I said about weakness. Enemies will often let their guard down when they believe they are winning. Just like I have. An opening. A thought occurs to me to glance around me, then down at Karma's bandaged hand. Karma's bandaged hand's over mouth. Is this an opportunity or a trick? I would love to topple this man over, but I have to bite him instead. Duh, that sounds really terrible out of context. What will you do, Princess? What kind of attack will move you from my grasp? I'm going to feel terrible about this, but I have to try. And the guide tells me I gotta bite his hand. I try to shift my head to get enough space to bite down, and even Claude cannot hold me completely still as I squirm. Eventually, the hand over my mouth moves just enough for me to open my mouth by falter. I cannot bite the hand that I injured. Unable to do anything else, I immediately shake my head and hear Claude groan. A swift motion pushed me down to the ground, pinning my hands by my head as he frowns at me. And I have to go to try and find an opening. I glare at him. I'm not going to bite your hand. Bite my hand? I didn't even think of that. But you made it obvious you put your hand over my mouth. I meant for you to try moving my hand. Pushing back a person's thumb usually causes a grip to loosen. How was I supposed to know that? Experience is the best means of practice, as they say. I have a complaint about that particular lesson, but I withhold it. That was a pretty good attempt, love, but not good enough, I'm afraid. I was expecting you to come at me like that. I was expecting a sword practice. You weren't expecting a man to kidnap you in the alleyway, were you? I glare up at him, unable to say anything because he is right. You're oddly quiet. It's hard to find an opening to hurt you when you are not really my enemy. He does not move but continues to stare at me. His face is close to mine, close enough to... Do it, do it, do it, do it! Close enough to what exactly? Blue, do you trust me to protect you? That's not the point. I need to be able to protect myself. Because you're planning on investigating the witches on your own? No, I want to be able to protect myself because I do not want you getting hurt protecting me. Claude leans down and I feel his hair at my cheek. For a few minutes, everything slows up. All I can hear is my heartbeat and his slow breathing. Once you set your mind to something, you don't let go, do you? Ah! Claude pulls away from me before he can respond. He's standing again, offering me a hand. Let's get started with some sword work, then. Man, I'm about 2 seconds away from going feral over this man. I'm about 2 seconds away from going feral over this man. I'm about 2 seconds away from going feral over this man. This pleasant smile is back on his face. I can never tell what he's thinking at times like these. What do you really like, Claude? Alright, and we're ending it there. We're ending it there. We're ending it there. Alright, thank you so much for joining me for this playthrough. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you want, hit that little bell button on the notification so you can try to catch me next time I stream. And subscribe if you like for blue_seer on Twitch. And if you want to sit there and check out my other videos, I have a YouTube where I sit there and basically throw all my VODs up there. And that is at Blue Seer Boy, spelled BLUESERBOI. Go ahead and go check that out and subscribe there if you like what I do. Thanks and have a great evening or morning, whichever time of the day it is for you. You have a good time. Bye!